Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be doing some tie-dye acrylic nails. We're going to be doing a step-by-step sculpted acrylic set. Super excited to show you this how-to video. I did get a DM from one of you guys asking for this, so I hope you enjoy it. Hope you guys learned something, and yeah, they came out super cute, so I'm excited to show it to you guys. The first thing I'm doing is grabbing my nail forms from Not Polish. Those are the nail forms that I absolutely love. Not only like the sturdiness and the stickiness, but also of course like the color. It's a red holographic, and if you guys didn't know, two of my favorite colors are yellow and red, so of course I love it. What I'm going to be doing is sculpting out a clear base, because I want them to be sculpted nails, but at the same time I do not want to go right in to doing the tie-dye effect, because it does take me a little bit of time to do this design. And so what I want to do is basically sculpt out the length and the shape that I want with this clear, and that'll be like quote unquote my nail tip basically, because I'm not going to go right in with my nail design. So you guys will see what I am talking about right here. I'm just going to focus on doing my length. Doesn't matter how thin it is, you just need a base. This also works perfectly for your nail clients if you guys offer fills. So when they come back, you can basically just you can basically just file down the previous nail design, and then you'll have a base to keep going with a different fill, different design, if that makes sense. So this is a length that I'm going for. I am going for some pretty long nails, and I basically just eyeballed it. I didn't really have any length in mind until I started doing this sculpted out. And I'm using the clear acrylic from Not Polish, which is one of my favorite clears, the Not Polish acrylic brush in the number 14, 𝘈𝘪𝘃𝘠 monomer, and the 𝘈𝘪𝘃𝘠 dappen dish. I also left the dappen dish in the video on camera, so you guys can kind of see like how I dip it into the monomer. And yeah, so this is what it looks like sculpted out. You don't have to do it from the cuticle area, because we're going to go in with the actual acrylics now. I am using rose water for the pink, tropical for blue, Bees Like That for the yellow, and my commitment for the green. And I am also of course going to be encapsulating it with the same clear that I sculpted out the nail. So I am now taking off the nail forms and I am filing it. So this is something a little bit different than what I usually do too, but I felt like on the sides they were like sticking out too much. They weren't as straight as I'd like it to be, so I definitely needed to go in and at least hand file the sides just to give it its shape. And then I did put down a like quick swipe of monomer. I like to do this just to kind of see the clear, because it does get a little bit of foggy, like it does get foggy when you put on the swipe right before doing this acrylic application. So I just want to clean it up, and look at how clear that is. It's so pretty. So basically what I'm doing, you guys, I put down a small to medium bead where I'm going to start off. I like to start off at the bottom right, and I grab the first color that I'm using, which is going to be the blue. I put it down, and then I kind of blend it up, but not super blended like an ombre. The tie-dye effect, you kind of see where they blend without being super blend like an ombre. So I wait for it to dry a little bit, or I lightly tap on it to blend it with the color, but it's not really blended. And you'll see it not a super harsh line, but it is in between like an ombre and a harsh line. I definitely like to see where the colors are and the colors meet, but I don't want it to be an ombre, and that is my personal preference. Of course you can do like ombre if you like, but that kind of takes away from the whole tie-dye effect. If you see pictures and stuff like that, they are pretty like harsh lines, but just not super harsh. So I put down the bead and I kind of pat it into place where I want it to go, and then once it's a little bit drier, I then blend it down a little bit or to the side, wherever I place it. The second bead, I used the yellow and I placed it to the left of where the blue was. The third color is the green, and I placed a pretty big bead above both of those colors, but I still am going to go in with the fourth color and put it on the side. I am grabbing a small bead, and I'm kind of like basing off the beads based off what I'm seeing that I need. So I don't want a huge bead just because I used a huge bead previously. So now I'm going to go in with the medium one and kind of blend it into where there's space. And I'm basically piling them on top of each other, but you don't want it to be a consistent pattern. I like to, use small beads and then do half and half, and then do big beads and kind of work my way up until the cuticle area. And I am using these 4 colors today. You can, of course, mix and match and use as many as you want or as little as you want. But I decided to use these 4, and after I was done with the 4, I just started over with the same pattern of colors, and I did them like a little bit differently. I didn't want it to be the same as how I had done it the whole way. So I'm just, like I said, eyeballing where it still needs some acrylic, and then just pressing it down, letting it dry just a tiny bit, and then blending it down into the other colors that I used previously. So I really love this nail design. I do. I just feel like it takes a while for me to do, so I'm not really fast at it. I have done some tie-dye nails before here on my YouTube channel. I think I did them on myself or my practice hand, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it does take me a while, and I definitely recommend you use wet beads. This is because you are going to be kind of like moving them around a little bit, and then of course you can just wait a little bit for them to dry and then blend. But I do prefer using wet beads versus drier beads or normal beads because of that reason. But yeah, so I'm basically just doing the same thing until we get to the cuticle area. And then after that, I'm going to be going in with my clear acrylic because we are going to be encapsulating. I don't worry about the thickness or how much or how it looks from the sides when I'm doing the colored acrylic application, because I know that I'm going to go in with my clear acrylic. And you always want to encapsulate, especially intricate designs like this, because you do not want to take it away when you're filing. And like the not polished acrylics are thick, like they're not super thin consistency, but you still need to go in because it just wasn't enough for the way that I used it. And of course, using wet beads too makes it a little bit thinner than normal. So always make sure to go in and encapsulate. Use your favorite clear acrylic, but as you know, the not polished clear acrylic is one of my favorites, and I definitely recommend it. So what I am doing is I'm then going in with 3 beads of the clear acrylic. I get scared sometimes when I'm using the clear, especially when it's super hot in my nail room, because I do not want any bubbles in there. So just use wet beads of the clear because that also prevents any air bubbles, and work a little bit at a time. Like, it's gonna blend flawlessly. You're not gonna be able to tell how many beads you used or anything as long as you use wet beads, and it blends together really nice. And so I am doing 3 beads because this is a longer nail and because it was so hot in my nail room. But you couldn't really tell in this video. I think I've been like complaining for the past 100 videos, I feel like, about how hot it is in my nail room, but we're getting to the hang of it because I don't think you could tell up until now. So here is my second bead. I placed it right above the first one. I am blending it down. I'm really working with my acrylic, and I also like to face my practice finger down, just so like you let gravity do most of the work, and then I just blend it and it works so beautifully. The practice finger that I always use in the practice hand is from 𝘊𝘆𝘆 if you guys are interested in purchasing it. All of my discount codes and direct links of products that I have been using in this video are linked down in my description box, so make sure to go ahead and check it out. So I accidentally got like a little bit of glitter in the nail or in the acrylic because I had some on my napkin, but it's okay. You just take it off, like swipe it off and then blend it and it'll be fine. But yeah, this is what it looks like. And now we're going to go in and file. So I am using my 8080 𝘈𝘂𝘠 hand file just to file off the sides once the nail is completely dry. And then of course the tip as well. I'm shaping it, making it nice and crisp before we do anything else. Then I'm grabbing my mandrel bit and e-file from 𝘈𝘂𝘠 and my pink sanding band, which is the fine one from Crafts by 9, and I'm sealing the cuticle and going over the entire nail, making sure that I look at it from the sides to make sure that it's the thickness that I want, that it has a nice apex and it's smooth and straight and there's no humps or anything, no lumps. From like the cuticle application, you can take it off at this moment with your hand or with your e-file. I use it at around 3,000 to 5,000 RPMs. I like to go on the slower side just because I feel like if I go faster, it does take off a lot of product. I'm not too like light with my hand. And so I feel like sometimes I create indents and we don't want none of that. So I like to go a little bit slower, even if this is a practice hand, but I like to tell you guys that for if you guys do it on clients. Now I'm going in with my swipe and lint-free wipes, the pink ones from Crafts by 9. And I'm grabbing my glossy no wipe gel top coat from my website, Crafts by 9. And we are done with today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys recreate it using the same colors or anything like that after watching my video, please tag me on your Instagram posts or anything like that. I would love to see it. Comment down below what how-to video you guys would like to see me do next. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys.